How's everyone doing today? I want to start off by sharing an exercise, and this is something that I used to do, giving back as a high school coach. I used to have all my players do this before every game, before every practice. But we don't need to stand, but just if everyone can with me, just first shake it out, okay? Now I want you to close your eyes, breathe in through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and open your eyes and show your best smile. Show your best smile. That's good. Now give yourself a round of applause. That smile is so infectious. You can see the energy just from generating smiles, and you get 15, 16-year-old kids thinking that how are they going to get focused after going through a busy day of high school. But that was one way to always get them around and get them focused. I thank you guys for having me come out here. My name is Hillary Butler. Quick history about me. I'm a former University of Washington alumni, degree in public relations. I was also a Husky football player, playing in some of the better times in the University of Washington. I went to 3 Rose Bowls, won the national championship back in '91, undefeated season, playing under the Dogfather. Was able to then be an NFL journeyman. I'm an NFL alumni. I played with the Denver Broncos in '97, winning the Super Bowl ring. I won my Super Bowl ring today. Played with Elway and guys like that. And actually was with the Broncos '97 and the first half of '98 before getting traded to the Seahawks, where I finished as a Seahawk and was able to play in the Kingdome and some great years and great times there. And actually a quick story about that '98 season. I started off the season as a Bronco, finished that season as Seahawk, where the last game of the season was against my Broncos. So I got a chance just months before that, I was on the Seahawks, on the Broncos side. Now I'm playing against the Broncos, and Terrell Davis needed a few yards to rush for 2,000 yards that game, and I happened to miss a tackle, and Terrell breaks for 2,000. They stop the game and everything and give him a celebration. So I always joke with TD and say that I'm the reason that he got into the Hall of Fame. But also I was with the Jacksonville Jaguars, the first linebacker signed in the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise history, one of the original 10. So if you go to the Hall of Fame, I don't have a face plaque in there, but my picture of being one of the original 10 is in the Hall of Fame there. I played in NFL Europe over in the World Bowl, in 2 World Bowls for the Frankfurt Galaxy, and won a few players. One thing we used to like saying in NFL Europe and in the World League, where in the NFL you can only be all pro, but over in NFL Europe we were all world. And so I was an all world linebacker, defensive MVP runner-up, and just had really great experience from playing football. And a lot of it, though, was injuries. I played with a lot of injuries from college, breaking 4 toes my junior year, hernia surgery, to the NFL, where I had multiple surgeries, both shoulders, multiple concussions, just every finger broken, but every year was pretty much injury. So I was able and still blessed to what I say being at the right place at the right time, still have a lot of experience and expertise from that. And so I thought that, okay, what was the purpose of me really going through all of this stuff and getting all these injuries? I didn't really reach my full potential, but what can I do to really give back and really make a lasting and positive contribution and a positive impact and lasting impact on someone else? And so I figured that I can do that by volunteering. And I started off volunteering with youth camps and giving back to little kids and doing football camps and stuff like that. One of my favorite camps that I still partake in, I won't be doing this year, I get to do another event, but Russell Wilson Passing Academy is one of my favorite camps of just giving back in. He always says that, it's not about touching every kid, it's about just reaching one kid and making an impact on one kid. If you can do that, you've had a successful camp. And doing camps like that also gave me the experiences for coaching. I got my first coaching gig. I was a coach at Seahawk High School up in Bellingham, and it was really cool where I got a chance to actually get a couple of my first professional athletes. Now I have one kid playing Canadian Football League, another kid that's now playing for the Los Angeles Rams. So it's cool to see those contributions, and now you're starting to get a flow of kids going into the NFL. But it wasn't as fulfilling up in Seahome because I wanted to always be a military brat. My dad was stationed in Fort Lewis, so we were back in Lakewood when Lakewood was still just a neighborhood in the 206 Tacoma, and of course, it's 253 now. But I got that opportunity because in volunteering, you get to choose how you make a difference and where you make a difference. And so I wanted to locate and situate myself right here in Tacoma, going to Lakes High School, and I got that opportunity to be a defense coordinator at Lakes High School. I went and told the coach there, and it was cool because the coach there, that coach is there now, was actually my office coordinator and assistant head coach at the time. He's been there 30 years now, Dave Miller. And so I told him, Coach, I'm in the neighborhood, I want to volunteer, use me in any way you can. I had my son too that was going to Lakes, I wanted to get him to go to Lakes. And so I got that opportunity to finally give back in my home community. In the first year that I volunteered, I was just a linebacker coach and brought enthusiasm, education, passion. So a lot of stuff that I really learned on the NFL level, I wanted to bring it to the kids and really prepare them for anyone that got that opportunity to go on. And so that was really cool, just being able to give back. And we actually made it to third in the state in the semifinals in the Tacoma Dome with me being defense coordinator, something that Lakes hadn't done in years, but we ended up losing to the eventual state the state champion, Eastside Catholic. But after that, I wanted to also, figure out where else can I give back. And after leaving the high school level, I figured and learned that there's a senior community that really can use our help, and they're kind of forgotten and left over, and really not really taken care of. So I was part of 12 Days of Goodness, a program by Suzanne Newman 5 years ago. It's crazy to think that we've been doing this for 5 years now, volunteering and going to senior citizens, assisted living places. We used to have Habitat for Humanity and Meals on Wheels. They unfortunately have canceled some of these programs. But we still go out to like senior assisted living places, and now I bring my kids because it's, again, the smile exercise that I had you guys do. That's what I'm really all about. I think the smile is just such a powerful tool to use it. And if you're doing volunteering and incorporate it into your volunteering, it really makes a difference in other people's lives. And so you give my kids that in there, and a little kid just really brings a lot of joy to our elders. And it was cool just seeing the elders now smile and engage, and that positive contribution and that lasting impact and the benefits that you get out of it. What do you get out of it? Well, for me, it wasn't about getting any money back or doing anything. It was just really for doing it because it felt good to me. It was the right thing to do. And now they're actually even saying that there's health benefits from volunteering and being involved in the community. But also for me, it was just going out and meeting the community, making friends, and you make lasting relationships, and you build these bonds and special bonds, and you create social awareness, and you also create responsibility, because now that you're going out and meeting these people, you're a fixture, they understand you, you're talking with them, you're building dialogue with them, you want to take care of each other, you don't want anybody to be left out. And so you're just able to generate this positive environment, and it all starts with just the first person that does it, and then builds off from that, because they say that the real impact doesn't really come from the leader, it's in those that join the movement. And so I just encourage everybody that if you get a chance, and I'm sure everyone in here is involved, and I thank everyone for doing that, to be involved and smile as you do it, because again, it makes a difference. And I like to close just by talking about one influencer who really kind of got me into wanting to give back and be involved. Of course, our parents always are there for us and our main influencers, but our parents aren't always there to be able to take care of us and raise us, and we go out into the community, and our community really helps shape us as well. And the beautiful thing of it, just like if you smile to a stranger that walks down the street, you may not know right then that down the road somewhere, they could have been having a bad day. You could have just changed this person's life, or at least their outcome and outlook. For me, it was wanting to get involved, and I had a coach Zakovich, who was a person that is crazy now, because when I was going through it, I just thought Coach Zakovich was a tough-nosed coach, hard on me and everything. But as you grow, you learn that, wow, he actually was an impact in my life and a great positive contribution. And I still talk to Coach Z today, and now it's cool because he was an influence on me, but now he's leading to me to be an influence on him. And really, a quick side note, I made a real health kind of switch, because I used to be 300 pounds. I got up after playing football. I didn't want to work out anymore. I thought that the natural progression was just to let yourself get big and kind of let yourself go. content with that, but I hit the reset button. My older kids are now 21, twins, boy, girl. But I have now a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and 2 little ones in between that. Well, not little, but 2 little in between that. But I figured if I wanted to see my younger kids at the older level, I had to make some switches. So I went vegan and cold turkey, went vegan and started fasting, and I'm now 200 pounds. So I've lost over 100 pounds. And so now coach is like, how can I learn about your eating habits and stuff that you've done and stuff like that? But the way that coach inspired me was so cool because, of course, the Super Bowl ring, and I have 3 Rose Bowl rings, a national championship ring, and all the stuff from playing football. But Coach Z was the person that influenced me for playing football because I came from California where I thought basketball was going to be my first love, and I thought I was going to be a professional basketball player. I actually had goals, and I still have the goals to this day. From when I was a little kid, my goals were play for the Los Angeles Lakers, get a basketball scholarship to UCLA, and somewhere down the road was football and all that stuff because I did have family members that played professional football. Sidney Thornton, cousin of mine that played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, won the Super Bowl in those years. Gary Lewis, my godfather, played for the San Francisco 49ers, number 22. I can still remember them saying the moose is on the loose. So I had these influences, but for me, growing up as a kid, when I tried to play football, I would get kind of beat up because I didn't want to really be out there. I was just out there because of my relatives. And I would get beat up so bad, and then I would hear my mom saying, boy, you better get in there and kick his, And I could hear my mom saying that, and the lights would switch, and then I would do good, and I'd make the plays, and so it was always in me, but somebody had to get it out of me. And Coach Z was the one, when we first moved out here, my dad was military, so I'm a military brat, and we moved to Fort Lewis, and Coach Z was going to open up, well, actually, back then, Coach Z opened up the gym Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And so, me being a new kid, I wanted to go to lakes. I found out I was going to lakes, so I went and I wanted to show off my basketball skills. And I was dunking on everybody, and Coach Z was there. Like, for 2 weeks, I'd go there, play basketball every day, and Coach Z never said one word to me. Yeah, okay, that's a new kid, okay, cool. But finally, Coach Z came and talked to me. One day, we had a dunk contest, and I actually shattered the backboard, and everyone was like, oh my God, and it was just crazy. And Coach Z finally gets up and comes to talk to me. Kid, we got football camp coming out next week. You're coming out for football, right? And I'm like, no, Coach, I'm basketball. I'm basketball. No, you're not, kid. And it really just kind of changed my whole outlook on everything. Being a young kid from California, I never had anybody speak to me about any kind of potential I had or anything like this. And Coach Z is like, no, kid, you're not a basketball player. You're a football player playing basketball. You don't have a basketball body. You're not going to be a center in the NBA or anything like that. And then what even made it more special and really clicked it to me, he said, and he broke it down for me. Think about it. You have basketball where you have 5 kids on the court at one time. You got 12 to 15 people on a team. You only got 2 rounds in basketball. But football, you got 11 people on the team or on the field at one time. You got 53 to 100 kids on the team. And back then there was 12 rounds, you remember, 12 rounds in the NFL. So where do you think your opportunities and your best chances of getting a scholarship and your school paid for and having a profession and then your family taken care of? It's not going to be basketball, kid. You're coming out for football and you're going to run track and you're going to go to college. And really, just from hearing that, it clicked. And I've been into coach and fell into it. And the rest was history. I did still play basketball and led the team in scoring, but I did what my coach told me to do. I ran track, and I was a 4.3 guy in the 40, and ended up running like a 10.600. We actually was a state champion in the 4x4 relay, and all these good things that he had me do. But of course, I ended up getting a scholarship to the University of Washington, and now I learned that Coach Zachovich was also a dog. He went to the University of Washington and played under the Jim Owens era, but he had broken his legs, and he didn't get a chance to move on to the NFL. So what did he do? He wanted to come back to the community and give back and volunteer. And then he was developing talent. And there was a pipeline because Coach Don James knew that, hey, I got one of my own right down here in Tacoma, and he's getting all these military families that got a lot of talented people that serve our country that are coming right here, and their kids are talented too. And so it's just a hub right through lakes, and they're getting fed. And again, I just thank Coach Zakovich for opening up my eyes to that. And again, there wouldn't be no Super Bowl and all this other good stuff that if it wasn't for listening to someone that made a positive contribution to me and a lasting impact. And I just think that everyone, if you get that opportunity, definitely take advantage of it. And not just do it, but do it with a smile. So thank you, everybody.